We are going to conclude them towards the end of the year and March next year. So we'll have all in all 36 schools of specialization. And the purpose of these schools, we want to equip our children with an ability to think actually out of the box. We just had a stress session for the past 2 days, and I was telling the senior management of the department that we need to avoid insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. We are moving away from that principle, to move out of that doing the same thing and expecting different results. We want you to think out of the box. We want you to take this school and, as you provide this particular syllabus and curriculum, do it out of the box. That innovation. The world is innovating. I was recently in China. They teach differently there. They teach this differently. There's cameras all over in classroom. In fact, they have technology which we'll be putting in our schools next. Learners from very soon in your classroom will have a camera. When you are sick, it will tell us that child there, the temperature is high. No longer that the teacher must second guess as a parent that but this child has been sleeping throughout the day. If the child is sick, immediately it will be able to detect that the child's temperature is high. Let's get the child help. When the child sleeps, learners, when you are sleeping, the teacher will even know. He will call you by name. Why are you sleeping? Because the camera will be looking at your eyes as they drop. Melissa is sleeping, Meniel. This is where we're going. This is where we're going. In fact, part of those SOS that are coming later, we will be plugging that technology already. And just that this ones came in, we will come back as well to ensure that we plug that technology in our school. Because we want to move into that space. I was saying to them, teaching and learning must take place everywhere. And this is why when we went towards the smart schools, we wanted to move to a situation where, conventional teaching and learning must be between a teacher and learners. But learners should be able to learn wherever they are. That's why we gave them tablets. So that wherever they are, whether they're at home or not. And the COVID-19 pandemic has told us that this is the reality. The world is becoming smaller, not because it's shrinking, but in terms of the communication, interrelation between our people and societies. COVID started in China and spread throughout the world in very rapid pace, very quickly. So with that, we know that any time, potentially we could be faced with another pandemic. They said COVID came with a monkey. We've got Kruger National Park, there's lions and antelopes and whatever all over. It can happen, and we're dealing with another one. And then we'll be forced to go into lockdown and whatever. But the impact of COVID in terms of the loss of learning, teaching and learning time has really affected our cohorts. That's why this matriculant cohort is one of those that have really, really suffered the most in terms of loss of learning and teaching time. So we are preparing for that inevitable, and I'm cautious of this word, inevitable reality that we will be faced with another future pandemic. Hopefully not, but it has shown that it's possible. It can happen once, it will happen again, most probably. So we are going to prepare for that. We've launched 3 so far this year. Mandisa, Shiteka, Maths, Science and ICT School of Specialisation. And the School of Specialisation, they always have this surprise for me. I don't know if you have surprise for me, Principal Arens. Jade is a surprise for me. Suge surprise. In Mandisa Shiteka, let us build a mine shaft. Because these SOSs, focus schools in other countries, as they identify them, they are designed according to the economic corridor that they find themselves in. Manager Shetreka is in Krugersdorp, and you know the West Range is a mining area. So they have a specific focus on math science and ICT with mining. So the learners build a mining shaft there. Literally a shaft where a learner goes in and really can experience what it is to work in a mine. We launched an all-girls School of Specialization called Itebogo, girls for math, science, and ICT. There, the learners in that school have a radio station. There's a radio station where they have a frequency on digital platforms. I hope DDG, they are not stealing frequency on radio, but I'm sure they are. The spectrum, I'm sure they've captured some spectrum and released to the local communities. So they have a radio station there, because they're focusing on communication as well. They have a radio station with full equipment, and they have a TV station where they broadcast. So like I said, they surprised me. They say the competition principle. We launched the Tembisa. I think Tembisa was the second last that I launched while I was a portfolio chair. There, they built a hotel room. It's a Tembisa Commerce Entrepreneurship, like your school, with a focus on tourism and hospitality, like the school, because it's just close by here. There they built a mock hotel room, including a reception. So learners can learn that when you're at reception at a hotel, this is what you do. The etiquettes, waitress, this is what they do. When you cleaning up the bed, this is what you do. And this thing is not saying we're preparing our learners for those type of jobs. You know, in other countries, for instance, DDG, the rail, the School of Rail in China, that school, they teach you what we're doing. I told them that exactly what we're doing. That kids were prepared to just deal with tickets. Literally learners, they study how to deal with tickets and the etiquettes and the conduct. Not this thing when you get to the station, a guy ticket, security removed. There they taught how to conduct themselves, how to wear professional, how to speak to you. At the ticket, there are those who are taught how to fix the train in that school. Those who are taught how to build the train in one school. Literally, it's a full end-to-end rail school. So you know that when a child goes into that school, they will know everything that's got to do with rail. And this is what we want to do with these focus schools. This is our focus. That we want end-to-end focus for learners in those schools of specialization. We launched on all, where learners build, which this one is a focus on School of Specialization with a focus on renewable energy and alternative source of energy. The learners here as well build a solar powered car when we were launching it. So that was their surprise. We went to Rosina Sidibani Mutiba, which Merosina herself was there. Merosina was the first female black athlete during those days. It was very difficult for women to make it. And it makes sense to also acknowledge her contribution to sports. So that school itself, it's a boarding school. We keep learners because in sports, we can't allow you to leave. You know, we want that school to produce Olympians. So we need to train these learners. As much as there's schooling, but there's a greater chunk of sports. So they've got gymnasts. We're producing gymnasts. Some are going to actually, what is this thing? Representing South Africa currently already from that school. There's football and many other sports, particular sporting codes. So we want to produce sports stars. Netball, yes, there's also netball there as well. We are resolving Bafana. Banyana is already fine. Banyana is okay. Yeah. The netball team is okay. You can see Rosina City by impact there. It's okay there. But now we're fixing Bafana. Yeah. So with these sports schools, we're keeping learners in the schools. They train in the morning, they go to class, they train in the afternoon, proper nutrition, everything. So COU need to consider also finding some form of support to those particular schools. So we are incubating those learners so that we can get sports stars. You know that it doesn't take many players to win for the national team. Argentina was carried by Messi the whole tournament. Without it, they would have lost in the first round. So we want to identify those. It's all about getting that particular special talent and really investing in it to carry it. As well as Mashiach, I know that Soshanguve, you know, that is our award-winning school. The learners there produced a solar-powered locomotive. They're winning awards internationally. It's social movements and SOS in the middle of the township, ensuring that the people of social movement, the learners there, the youth know that here, this is the school, and to give them hope. So those learners have gone internationally to win awards, represent the country. They've won awards all over that needs to be won in terms of innovation, technology. They've done it. The SOS in I see you even have a uniform. You can see that you are identified. Yaku. Kashle Tech as well. Are you working with them? Yeah, I could see, because some of the things that you mentioned, I saw them that side, so I could assume that you have, yes, as well as they're also doing a lot in terms of agriculture, agro-processing rather, manufacturing. So they have a swimming pool, by the way. At Gauteng, there's a swimming pool. The days of saying black people can't swim are not right. No, we're fighting against the perception. Yeah, white war with perception. I was looking at the report that we have got over 300,000 young learners who have taken through the swimming lessons. And that is part of our multi-certification program, where learners will be getting certified from grade 1 until grade 12. We're doing away with an era where a child leaves school with just grade 12. And that's it. You get that green paper, and it's becoming very less over time, you know that. So now we are going to keep our learners with different skills. Every grade they do something. Robotics in grade 1. That's where we start with them in technology. Grade 1, in our primary schools, we will be teaching our grade 1s robotics, so that we prepare them. Because if the fourth industrial revolution is literally now ending, we're in the fifth, literally. Countries are in the fifth. So we can't be dilly-dallying with the investment we must make to ensure that our children are prepared for that inevitable future. The truth is, a child who starts school today does not know the job they will work in the future. They don't know. We can't even tell. There are careers that are existing today, 5 years ago, we would not know they would have existed. You know, so we need to prepare that child, that agile child. Schools don't produce certified learners, principal, counselor. You know, we produce schools produce a citizen for a community. You know, and that's one thing that you must never forget, principals. That you don't just produce just a matriculant into the street. You are producing a citizen, a community person that should plug into the community and is able to make a difference in the community. That's what schools should do. Beyond teaching them how to do mathematics and science and also all those particular skills they will need. But the element of the child that you produce. I see Westland has been producing proper children, like yourself, like the singer, like the counselor. I don't know, Chair, are you from here as well? As well as the SGB Chair. So this is what schools should do. They should produce a global citizen for the globe to make a difference. And that's the easiest way to really make it in life. It's quite easy, you know, they think to be a successful person is difficult. No. It's very easy to be successful. You just need to be able to make a difference in the person next to you. That's all. If you're a doctor, just heal the next person next to you, they pay you. You make money. If you're a business person, just sell the product.